everybody. Welcome back to Pandemic Gaga's Cooking Show. I'm so glad to have you back in my kitchen. And I'm thinking about Thanksgiving. How about you? It is November the 2nd, 2020. Still in the midst of a silly pandemic. And one day before the final voting for the President of the United States of America, which is an awesome privilege that we have. So we have a lot going on, and we have a lot to be thankful for. Even in times of this pandemic era, this crazy election time, I don't know, it's life. It's just life. We might as well, we just live here, and this is just life. What can I say? But it's also the beginning of the season of Thanksgiving. And that's got me stuck on pumpkin. And today we're going to make pumpkin cheesecake. One of my favorites. I love it. And I want to show you how to make it, and maybe you'll like it too. Give it a try. If you like pumpkin, if you like pumpkin pie, you might want to give this a try. It's just something a little different. My daughter Jenny shared with me this recipe back several years ago, and I just fell in love with it. So I make it a lot during this time of year. And it's just yummy. I don't know what else to tell you. You're going to need a graham cracker pie crust. You're going to need 2 eggs, some vanilla, some pumpkin, pure pumpkin, just pumpkin. You can even make it from a real pumpkin if you want to, but I don't. I just get the pumpkin. You're going to need 16 or 2 packages of Philadelphia cream cheese. You're going to need some cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, and a half a cup of sugar. So just going to mix it all together and see what happens, okay? It's going to be good. And before I forget to tell you, you'll cook this on 350 for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. That should do it, but on 350. So first of all, we're going to start mixing our cream cheese. That's 16 ounces or 2 regular packages. I'm going to do that. Plop that here in the mixer. You can use a hand mixer if you don't have a stand mixer. That's fine. Ugh. I think I'll get my scissors. Just a minute. Usually they'll pop right open, and sometimes they won't, so I know how to take care of that. Get the scissors out. I hope you guys are all doing well. Hope nobody's feeling bad or sick, but that you're just looking forward to a little holiday spirit. It'll be a joy. Just enjoy it. We have a ladies at my church. We have a ladies Thanksgiving dinner coming up in a couple of weeks. And that will be fun. We'll just get together and we'll have it catered and just get together and enjoy each other, hang out. We've got plenty of room. We can socially distance, I guess is a new phrase. I'm sick of that phrase, but it's the phrase. And so I'm thankful that we have places, and at least in my church, where you can do that. Probably all churches do. Have some places that we can get together and enjoy each other, our fellowship. Let me turn this on. I'm just going to get this started. Put my hands here like that so nothing pops out and lands on the end of my nose. Okay. I just kind of get that started a little bit. So that's our 16 ounces of cream cheese. And now I'm going to refer over here hidden. I have my recipe book, and so I'm going to glance at that quite a bit. We're going to add our half a cup of sugar to this. And we're going to need this again, so don't throw it in your sink or anything. We're also going to need a half a teaspoon of vanilla. Put that in there. Hang on to this, you're going to need it again. But we are done with the vanilla. Now, I'm going to whip that up just a little bit. Get that kind of going. Then we're going to use our 2 eggs, one at a time. So we're going to crack 1 egg. Let it mix. Just a bit. Just a bit. And let's go with the second egg. Pretty day out today. We got cold last night. We had our first freeze. We got down to, I think, 27 here at my house. And it's supposed to be in the high 60s most of the week. Maybe even getting 70 by the weekend. That's Kentucky weather for you. Okay, I'm going to scrape my bowl. My beaters a little bit so it's sure to get around the edges. Get everything mixed up real good. Always gets so messy. Always gets so messy. I'm just a messy woman, I guess. How about you? Do your hands look like this when you've been cooking? Oh well. We want to get this good and smooth. Good and smooth. So well mixed. And we'll scrape it another time also. Get that cream cheese off the sides. This is our cream cheese, our 2 packages of cream cheese, our 2 eggs, 1 at a time, and our half a cup of sugar, and a half a teaspoon of vanilla. One more time. You know, I got curious when I was thinking about Thanksgiving just before you guys got here. And I Googled, and in the King James Bible, which is what I usually go to for like word counts and things, I study from the New King James here at home. But the word Thanksgiving is in the Bible about 30 times. 30 times. And the phrase give thanks is in there another, I don't know, 6 or 7 times. So, you know, it's all about giving thanks to God. Giving thanks to God. In our good times, in our bad times, we need to remember to give thanks. You know, there's a lot of things, a lot of times that we go through here on earth just because we're human and because we live in a fallen world. And you know, it's not always because something bad happened, and so we give thanks, the Lord protect us, which is wonderful. But it's also about, I mean, He's given us, especially here in America and elsewhere, all over, He's given us this beautiful life that, and the free will, that we can all live as we choose. We sure can. We can follow Christ or we cannot. But those of us who have chosen to follow Him, we have so much to give thanks for. He's a loving Father. He really is. For those of you that have not chosen to follow Him as of yet, I hope you'll think about it at least. He loves you just as much as He loves me. He loves me a lot. He'd have to. It's just an acknowledgement of Him. His name is Jehovah, Father. I am. He came to this old world in the form of a man, like a human being, just like we did, exactly like we did. He was born just like we were. He lived, he played, he cried, he was fed, he learned. We don't know a lot about his childhood. We don't know anything about his childhood, really, except we get a peek of when he's about 12 years old, a couple times in the scripture. But we don't know. I think he was just a kid. Just a normal little boy running around. I mean, he worked as he got older, took care of his family. He was the oldest son. And especially in those days, he would have taken care of the family, or helped take care, or bring money into the family. He did all that, just like we do. He got hungry. And he got full. He's a good Father. He's also God of the universe. God of the universe. That's why you'll find a Christian treats Him with such respect and honor. Why we like to go to our churches and praise Him. He's the Almighty, the Prince of Peace. Well, whoop this one more time. Wouldn't it be nice and smooth? All right. Now that's looking good. It's not super duper thick. It's very, very smooth. But it's thick, but it's not super duper thick. I'm going to show you. See, it's thick, but it's not super duper thick. Extremely smooth. Extremely smooth. And it's yummy. It's good. Now what we're going to do with that right now is we're going to open up, excuse me, we're going to open up our pie shell. Graham cracker pie shell. And we're going to measure out 1 cup of this. I'm going to measure that out. I'm not going to get out a spoon. I'll just use a spatula. Well, now look what I've done. I told y'all. Oh, this woman, me, I'm nuts. I'm a mess. So I have a cup of this, and I'm going to put it right here in the pie crust. And that, my dear friends, will be our bottom layer. And I'm going to put this back right here. We're not done mixing yet. But we're going to take this and we're just going to smooth it out in the bottom of our pie shell. Like so. And there we go. Now, set that aside for a minute. And we are going to add some pumpkin. We're going to add a 1/2 cup, and I'm going to double check that. Let's see. Yes. 1/2 cup of the pumpkin. Let me show you. It's 100% pure pumpkin. Can you see? Okay. We're going to add a 1/2 cup. So that's why we kept that 1/2 cup of sugar, my measuring cup, out. Now you're going to have a lot left, and you can store that in an airtight storage container, leftover container, whatever. It'll be good for several weeks. So if you want to make something else with it, you can. Pumpkin bread, pumpkin pie, another one of these. Whatever you want to make. But we're going to add this 1/2 cup of pumpkin to our mixture, to the rest of our mixture. Got that. Let me clean my elbow off. Oh me, y'all. Oh me. Now we saved our 1/2 teaspoon, measuring spoon, 1/2 teaspoon. So we're going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Put that in there. And now, excuse me, we're going to put a dash of ground, can y'all see that? I got a shadow going on. Nutmeg. Ground nutmeg. We're going to add a splash. Well, let's go 2 splashes. And now we're going to mix this. Oh, it smells good. It smells real good. Time to scrape the sides. For you new cooks, you just, well, gosh, you just got to get in there and scrape. That's all I can tell you. And it's not the end of the world when you get it on your elbows and your your hands, your rings, your fingers. No soap and water, I'll take care of all that. But scrape the sides and scrape the bottom. And then whoop it up again. Now, because we put that pumpkin in there and the cinnamon, all these orange and browns, that right there, it's going to have like a khaki color. It's going to turn into a different color. Let me wash my hands off. Here we are with this. I'm going to give it one last scraping. It stays about the same consistency, maybe a little thinner than the bottom layer was. But there we go. Now we're going to just put all this on top. Have your oven preheated to 350 like we said, or I think I said. Cook it 40 to 45 minutes. You might want to check it. I'd check it after 35 minutes and then go from there. You'll know it's done if you'll stick a knife, just a regular table knife, into the center of the pie a little bit. And if it comes out clean, you'll know your pie's done. Doesn't it look good? Make sure it gets out to the edges good. And there we have our pumpkin cheesecake. We're going to put it in that oven. I've got it preheated. 40-45 minutes, it'll be done. I'll let it cool down and then cut a piece and put a little dollop of Cool Whip or Ready Whip or homemade whip on it if you want to. And I always do. And store it in the refrigerator. And it will be very, very good. And you can make this a couple days before you're having dinner. And I think everybody will like it. You can try it and see. I love you. I will see you next week. And who knows what we're going to do? Who knows? But we'll come up with something, okay? All right. Talk to you later. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Go vote. Bye. I've already voted. Bye-bye, y'all.